Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live. Peace.
All right, let's get into it, man. I don't know what to believe with this Anthony Joshua social media thing, right? I mean, was he hacked? It's the easiest thing to believe is that his social media was hacked, right? I mean, he doesn't really strike us as the guy to DM somebody and call him a fucking pussy, right? But then again, we have seen a dark side of Anthony Joshua. But my thing is, Matt, because I'm not going to take a long route on this.
No deep dive?
No, man. If he wants a tune-up, this is why I don't believe it's real. This is why I believe it was a hack. If Anthony Joshua wants a tune-up, he can have one. He's a superstar. They do that, and we can't say shit. Canelo had Liam Smith. Mayweather had Berto. On and on and on. If Joshua ends up getting Chambers, who's going to say something? Eddie, I know you're listening. We won't be mad. We won't. Look at his schedule. His schedule is what? Brazil, Molina, fucking Klitschko, and then Takam. All top 10s, man. Like, if he wants a cruiserweight that's disguised as a heavyweight, that's okay. Especially if he's going to try and take it in the U.S. They're trying to solidify a knockout by fighting someone smaller. They're trying to or we're on B now, right? So they're trying to build the Wilder fight. So I'm going to believe all of that. But again, why does he need to say he got hacked? And why does he need to use social media to do it? I just don't believe it's true. I mean, it's entertaining, but I don't think it's true.
There's a third option that you haven't thrown out there. A third theory.
Which is?
He just come off a heavyweight title defense. He's in Dubai. He's on vacation. Maybe some partying going on. Maybe some alcohol. Maybe something else. You know, pure speculation here.
Oh, my God. Are you calling this a drunk tweet?
I'm just saying. We've seen that a lot.
Yo, my man, a guy, and call me what you want, but a guy as handsome as Joshua is not fucking drunk tweeting Eddie Chambers. He's drunk tweeting a bunch of Dubai women, however you say Dubai.
No, you don't think he can do both? You don't think he can do both? I mean, come on.
Nah, man, you're reaching, but hey, it's entertainment. Go for it.
I mean, is there any like past history between these two guys in any way?
No, there's a shitload of past history. In 2014, there was a lot of back and forth when Joshua was just a prospect. There was mention of him fighting. You know, Michelle Phelps did an interview with Anthony Joshua and tried to bring it up, and obviously Joshua brushed it off and said, and this is his words, go find it if you want. He said, look, I'm going to take a phrase out of the American hip-hop community and say that Eddie Chambers is, man, I don't know. He says something, whatever the first hip-hop phrase, the right one is, but then he just went out and said it in front of Michelle, and she did her, her laugh. She's known for her. She did that as soon as Joshua was like, tell Eddie Chambers is just on my dick. He's riding my dick. And she turned to the camera like, because, I mean, it was a shocker. So, yeah, there is some heat. Then there's obviously an interview with Coogan. Shout out to IFL. That interviewed Eddie Chambers when Chambers was out there in the Tyson Fury camp, when they were running and working out together, and Chambers was working with Peter Fury. So there was a lot of it, an entire interview that's at least 5 minutes long that was based on Anthony Joshua not being ready for a then more experienced Eddie Chambers, and he felt that way. So there is a bit of history, but not enough to fucking drunk text.
No.
I mean, wasn't it officially confirmed that it got the messages were sent out from the actual account?
The official account. It's 100%.
Yeah, it's from the official account. Doesn't mean that he sent it. It's not hacked. He was compromised.
Very quickly. We've seen Anthony Joshua go on social media very recently and say some inflammatory things. He even said it to Coogan. I mean, he went on Twitter, was it a week and a half ago, and said like fuck you basically to Coogan. Like, he went on a social media tirade, said Anthony Joshua was a fat fuck or something like that. Like, he just did this. So to me, it's not out of character anymore for him to say outlandish things on social media. It's
Yeah,
no
but
longer that.
the first message you send Eddie Chambers is, "Oh, you're a fucking little bitch." Like I just don't see that in Joshua.
I mean, I don't. Again, I don't see anything out of character with what he said.
So you just DMing, people like Nurse Jackie, like, you little bitch. Like, no, that ain't you.
You add some alcohol,
Oh
it happens. People get, alpha male status. They get that in them,
All right.
And again, God knows what set it off. But again, this is obviously from his official account. I don't believe it's a hack. I'll just be honest. I don't believe it's a hack.
You know what?
Do you believe it's a setup, though? Do you guys believe it's a setup for a potential fight?
No, I don't see him fighting Eddie
Chambers is he's irrelevant. He's irrelevant.
That's why I don't see it as a setup for a fight, because we all know he's negotiating with Joseph Parker, and we're obviously going to get into that because new information has come out, I would say, in the last hour in terms of percentage and what Parker wants. But we're going to get into that. So he doesn't want Eddie Chambers. That's such a long step back, and he doesn't need to take that. I think this is again probably a party-filled tirade.
I'm leaning towards what Maddie's saying right now. I just don't see no reason for him looking for Eddie Chambers.
There is a lot of IG posts, Doomsday, of Mr. Joshua, aka Mr. Olympian, looking like he's having a lot of fun in Dubai after the fight. So
no one blames it.
He goes there all the time.
He could be partying it up, but I don't know about Matt's story about getting a little drunk and tweeting.
Well, remember, tweeting, it's IG.
Nobody.
It's IG, and remember, we only have like a little snap of the conversation.
Listen, I called Eddie. Shout out to the biggest podcast in the world. Right? I called Eddie, and he said to give him a reminder around 8. He doesn't know if he's going to be 100% available, which brings me to who we should have on the line. Matt, double check that none of the porters are on the line just holding.
I do not have any of the porters' numbers up here.
All right, let me just make sure he's not. Oh, where should I be? Oh, hey, I'm listening. All right, so Ken, press 1. And, there he is. He's the 330 right there at the bottom. Let's bring him right on.